Hey, fifth grade, it's Mr. Headington. I am bringing you our week 13 health assignment. This is the beginning of our human growth development unit. So please, nobody panic and say, no, I don't want to do it. It's not that bad. And actually, I hope you find it interesting, the topics we covered this week. So hopefully you got a chance to watch the Inside Out movie, or just the ending of it where they were talking about the puberty button and about all the emotions and feelings. I kind of like that movie. It's kind of good to kind of see somewhat kind of what is going on in people's brains, but yeah, we don't have all those little people inside our brain to do all that. So then second thing this week, you are going to go through the other slides here that are attached. There's a video here from a book that I like to read if we were in person, titled Love You Forever by Robert Munch. He's kind of a goofy author. He tells a nice story about a little boy who grows up through the stages of life and how he torments his mother. And then in the end, he has to do some grown up things and take care of his mother too. So I won't spoil too much of the ending there. So watch that movie and then kind of review the different stages. So before birth is like your mom was pregnant with you. Birth was, something you celebrate each year for your birthday. Infancy, the first year of your life, really can't do much for yourself, so you need someone to care for you. Toddler years is a huge growing years for you, not necessarily in like getting bigger as far as size, but you do. But lots of learning going on in your toddler years. Then you move into your childhood years, which you guys are kind of ending. So from age 3 to age 10, that's where you start learning lots more about life and how to do things and skills you gain along the way. Adolescence is your next phase, which is, just being a teenager. And, 10 to 18 years of age is kind of the age for adolescence. But, body changes can happen at different times for kids. So, it could happen early for some kids a little later and so on. And then as you reach adulthood, you don't just like become an adult and stay the same forever. I'm 50 years old now, 51. And I have noticed that I definitely look a lot different over the years from when I was 18-year-old young adult to my 20s, 30s, 40s, and now 50s. So I imagine I'll look different in another 10 or 20 or 30 years too. So, and then hopefully I get to reach old age and hopefully really old age. My grandfather lived to be 96 years old. So I'm hoping that I get to enjoy that much time in life as he did. So those are the stages of the life cycle. Then there's a little bit about some definitions about puberty. So read through the questions. Actually, I'll do some of this with you. So what is puberty? Puberty is a time of life when physical changes happen to the body to help you grow into an adult. What will happen? Well, there'll be some changes to the way you look, like physical changes, like getting taller, getting pimples, voice changes, body hair, body odor, and body shape changes. These are gradual changes that you might not notice from day to day, but over time, you'll look a little different as you get older. And when will it happen? Some changes may have already happened for you now, but for most kids, it will happen sometime between the ages of 10 to 17 years of age. Some kids start sooner than others, maybe a little later. Sometimes girls start puberty a little sooner than boys, but everyone is unique and will grow when your body is ready. So as we start thinking about what puberty is, and those body changes, I also want you thinking about the people that can help you along the way. And your parents, your teachers, guidance counselors, all those people that kind of can help you with questions there. So another question kids have, why do we have to go through puberty? Well, puberty is really about getting our physical body ready for the ability to create babies. Generally, all living things go through stages of the life cycle so they can be able to be capable of making more of their own kind. What makes it happen? Well, growth and puberty are controlled by a part of the brain called the pituitary gland. It is a really small part of the brain on the underside of the big part of the brain and is located in the center of your head. It controls hormones that are chemicals made by our bodies to cause changes to happen. So as we think about what's happening for you, just teeny little thing about the size of a pea or a small jelly bean in your brain that's really controlling all this growth from the time before you're born all the way until you're as an adult too. It's still working too. So it's not just only during your puberty years does that part work. So, and then your assignment for this week. In your seesaw response, answer the questions about the human life cycle. And I have about 5 questions there, I think. And you just need to answer them based on the information you heard. And the other thing I want you to do today is practice using the anonymous question box. And if I go back to our first slide, come on. there is a Bitmoji of me here. And what you're going to do is click on that. And I don't know why it says permission on there, but I'll fix that. You will have a form to fill out for a question asking me anything you want. It doesn't have to be about puberty. It could just be about anything in life, or it could be something about me you want to know, or something about school that you enjoy, or something like that. And as you go through that questionnaire, it will show up in my inbox, and I'll be able to answer those. So you don't have to put your name on it. That's why it's called the anonymous question box. And yeah, have fun with it. My fourth graders did this last fall, and I probably had 35 or 40 questions that first week. And I did a video to answer as many as I could on the next week's lesson. So I enjoyed it, and it's more about helping me to understand what you want to know versus just if you don't ask me questions, I don't know what you need to know. So I'll tell you the basics about puberty, but if you need to know specific things, you can do that in the anonymous question box. So that's your week 13 health assignment. Hopefully you have a great time with it. And just throw those questions at my way, and I'll answer them for you for next week. Have a wonderful week.